We are continuing with 6. We are at verse 20. In my study Bible, it's titled Warning Against Adultery, as we come back to that theme. So let's go ahead. 20. My son, keep your father's commands and do not forsake your mother's teachings. Bind them upon your heart forever. Remember, heart isn't just our thought of heart, which is kind of emotions, it's that too, but it's also thought. So bind them into that thing which is your internal being, okay? Fasten them around your neck. So make them on display. This is my pride. This is why this is who I am, kind of like a symbol or a sigil worn by a person for their office, a mayor or someone like that. So bind them upon your heart, the teachings of your mother and the commands of your father. Okay, this theme has come back. 22. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. Okay, so this is going to guide your life in everything you do, whether waking or sleeping. And it's going to direct you in your future and your plans for the future. You're going to listen to your parents who have experienced life and who've grown in the wisdom of God. And you've been placed there by God to give you that wisdom, to raise you in the nurture and admonition of the Lord, as it says, right? And you'll listen to this, and it will guide every step. The fourth commandment, honor your father and your mother, that it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth, is continued here, right? That theme. This is the basis for society. This is where you learn manners. This is learn how you associate with your friends and your relatives. This is how you learn to associate with authorities. You learn it from your parents. God put them there to teach you these things. And here Solomon says, so learn them. And once you've learned them, then you will be able to move through society and operate in society in a way which allows you to have good sleep, which allows you to do good work, which allows you to plan well for the future. Okay, so respect your parents, honor their teachings. 23. For these commands are a lamp. This teaching is a light. And the corrections of discipline are the way to life. So when your parents tell you that was wrong, and they punish you, or they tell you, keep doing this, like we're going to walk and that's going to get you stronger, that's a discipline, a way of life which leads to other good things, or they tell you, eat your vegetables so that you will be healthy, right? Apple a day keeps the doctor away, that's a discipline. When they do these things, which we don't enjoy, they strengthen us. They turn us away from poor paths, like a light, lets you see which is the good path and which is the bad, and they guide us in how to move along that path in a strong and active manner. All right, now we come to this adulteress. 24. This discipline, these teachings, keeping you from the immoral woman, from the smooth tongue of the wayward wife. They direct you in the type of person that you should join your life to. Not to someone who is not of God, but someone who is of God. Not to someone who's seeking after hedonistic self-pleasures, but someone who is looking to be a service to others. Service to you, and you can be of service to them. So learning the commands and the plans of your parents keeps you away from these women, we're talking to a man here, who will take you off the path and lead you to really bad things. So 25, do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. Okay, those are surface things. They're nice, but they're surface things. It's wonderful when your wife is beautiful, like my wife is, but that isn't really the core to whether this woman would make a good wife and a good companion through life and would be good for you to serve. Okay? So don't get caught up by the surface things. 26. For the prostitute reduces you to a loaf of bread, and the adulteress preys upon your very life. So the prostitute is going to take everything that is materially good. You're going to be gone. You're going to be bankrupt, basically, right? And as for the adulteress, well, she's got a husband. And that husband is not going to like the fact that you have been dallying with his wife. And so he's going to seek your blood. You're putting yourself in danger of death because you have sought after a pretty eye. Okay? 27. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothing being burned? I can do this. No one will ever know. No, when you put yourself into this danger, it's comparing an adulteress to fire in your lap, right? You're going to get burned. It always disrupts your life. It always causes violence when you commit adultery. When you seek after something besides the plan of God, it always causes death. And violating the sixth commandment, really, really dangerous. 28. Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? So he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house. So if you're starving, people understand why you stole bread. Okay? You wanted to feed your family. And they say, okay, he had some honor, right? I can forgive him, but because he has done this crime, he's still going to have to pay. And there is a price to this. And it's going to ruin you materially. Okay? But he's saying in this part, Solomon is saying, that's a bad thing to steal and to be caught and etc. because you could lose everything. But it's still better than being an adulterer. It is better to steal than to steal a man's wife, because if you steal with a good cause, good is, maybe not really good, but from a certain point of perspective, good cause, I'm starving, then people still think you're honorable, is that the right word? Anyway, it's understandable. But if you try to take another man's wife, he's not going to be rational about it. There is no heart of forgiveness that's going to come on you if you steal another man's wife. 32. But a man who commits adultery lacks judgment. Whoever does so destroys himself, because you're taking a risk which has no value, right? This momentary pleasure, right? This momentary physical release puts you in utter danger for your life, destroys the life of the other people involved, your wife, her husband, her life, right? There's nothing good that ever comes out of this. So you completely lack judgment, and you completely lack a sense of proportion. The dangers and the risks, they're not even. You don't get enough benefit for the risks by any means. Well, all you do is you cause death. You destroy yourself and others. 33. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse the bribe, however great it is. This sin he's not going to set aside. He's not going to forgive you for this. He's going to come and he's going to take everything. And even if he could gain some great benefit by it, no. There's that movie a while back, $1 million offered for a night of sleeping, Robert Redford, Demi Moore, I think. Indecent Proposal, is that it? Anyway. Here it's saying in Proverbs, no, there's no value. No $1 million gets back the fact that you slept with another man's wife, with flesh of his flesh. So don't do it, right? It's pretty clear. Do not cheat on your spouse, and do not cheat with someone else's spouse. Okay? Solomon keeps bringing this up time and time again. Chapter 7 continues with this theme of adultery next time.